Hi everyone. Well, we are starting a new sermon series this week looking at the Song of Songs, and we wanted to get to know the book a bit better and have an introduction to it. So I thought I'd ask Mark about it. So Mark, Song of Songs, tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, sure. Well, it is a song, and it is the song of songs. That means it's the greatest, most beautiful song of all, certainly in the Bible, the greatest love song of all, possibly written by Solomon or to Solomon, but it's in the wisdom section of the Bible, and it's there to make us wise when it comes to the issue of love between a husband and wife and sexual intimacy within marriage.
So it's quite, kind of in one sense specific in its focus. Why are we looking at it now then?
Well, as you know, Pete, we try and make sure we are preaching across all the different genres of the Bible across a calendar year. So normally in the first term, September through to December, we look normally at a gospel. So previously we've looked at Matthew's gospel last time, and previously Mark's gospel. In the second term, then we tend to look at something from the Old Testament, be it Old Testament prophecy, we just looked at Zechariah, or Old Testament narrative, previously looked at 1 Samuel, Judges. And in the summer term, we do something topical, or we look at a New Testament epistle, we looked at James last time, or something from the wisdom literature, which is where Song of Songs is from. But it's not like we just randomly pick a book in each of those genres as we come to each term. You and I are constantly thinking, well, what's going on in culture and society at the moment? What's particularly going on in the church and church culture at the moment? And, well, look, the culture is very sexualized, right? There is a real prevalence of pornography out there. There is real confusion, actually, within the Church of England at the moment around issues of human sexuality with the Living in Love and Faith resource. And so we want to make sure that we are hearing, first and foremost, from God, right, the inventor of sexuality, and his wisdom on how to live and enjoy it in the way he intended.
Thanks. No, it's helpful to get some of the context and why we're thinking about it. Well, look, given we're going to be looking at it, do you want to give us some spoilers, a bit of a sneak peek of some of the main themes as we get used to it?
Yeah, sure. In one sense, there's one main theme. Like if I read the opening verse, it says, "Let him kiss me with the kisses of his mouth," and then moves on to "Take me away with you. Let us hurry. Let the king bring me into his chambers." And it pretty much goes on from there, which is the joy and wonder and beauty of sexual intimacy within the committed, loving a marriage between a husband and wife. That is one of the main themes. It is in poetic form, right? So we need to run with the poetry, and there are tastes of apple, there are smells of myrrh, and we are to feel the blazing flames of hot love. So I would encourage us to let our hearts and imagination be captured by the poetry. But it's really important for us to remember that every book of the Bible points ultimately to Jesus Christ. And that is just the case with the Song of Songs as well. Human marriage foreshadows the ultimate marriage between Christ and his church. And so as we're exploring the intimacy, the language, the power, the senses here, it's actually going to give us a taster and a deeper appreciation of Christ's love and commitment and faithfulness to us, his church.
Thanks. Well, look, if it's looking at primarily, kind of sexual intimacy and romantic love in the confines of marriage, then does that mean that primarily, notwithstanding it's also about God, but primarily it's for people who are married?
Not at all. Certainly there is some strong encouragement to marrieds to make sure that they are keeping the flames of love burning, intimacy within their marriage. But interestingly, primarily it is addressed to the daughters of Jerusalem. That is the single young women, and this warning not to awaken or arouse love until the right time, until the wedding night and married life. But not just that, we've just seen how human marriage and sexual intimacy points forward to the ultimate marriage between Christ and the church. And therefore, whether you are single or celibate or widowed or divorced, married or unmarried, this is a book that will speak to you about the true bridegroom and the ultimate wedding feast that we're all longing for when we'll see Jesus face to face. And that relationship starts now.
Well, look, thanks for giving us a bit of an introduction, bit of a flavour, bit of a foretaste for what we're going to be looking at. I know that you and I are looking forward to preaching it, and we're hoping and praying that it's going to be a real blessing to our church family and to those who listen to it as well over the coming weeks and months. Thanks.